Welcome into the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com. I'm Tom Leach, along with Keeneland's Director of Simulcasting, Jim Goodman, and we're taking a look at the feature race every day of the fall meet on this podcast, as well as the late pick 4, which folks need to remember starts in the 5th race on the Wednesday card because there are only 8 races on the card. So let's go to the 7th race. It's an allowance feature, nice big field, and I didn't think there was any particular standout in there. How did you see this one shaking out?
Well, I have a sentimental pick here, Tom, because if you recall, I qualified for Vegas, the National Handicapping Championship, on September the 7th, and a filly named Note Doro was an $18 horse that I hit on at Churchill Downs that I had a tip on. So she's coming back in this race, and I think she looks really good in here. I mean, it's a wide-open race, but I'm picking her because she got me to Vegas, so I got to put a little bit of money on her.
I understand.
And I think she couldn't get on the turf at fairgrounds like a lot of horses. The only time she was down there, it was good, and she didn't run. She won that race at a maiden special weight with a 71 buyer on a good turf horse. They tried to get her on there twice more, and they rained off the turf just like they do at fairgrounds every winter. So she came back to Churchill and ran on the turf at mile 16th on September 7th. And won easily, won for fun, really, about a length and 3/4, could have won by 3, and had a 78 buyer. So I'm thinking she's going to take a step up, and an 85 buyer wins this. So I think she's got enough in the tank she's only raced 4 times in her life. Michael Stidham's a very good trainer, so I think Note de Oro is my pick here. The other horses that I think have a shot, if Frivolous gets in, the 1A, for Vicky Oliver, if she draws in, I think she's got a real shot from the outside. Her buyers are very competitive, and she comes out. She ran the Gardenia at Ellis Park on the dirt and ran well, so I'm going to take her second if she gets in. Otherwise, Spring Reason is the horse that you need to key second. You hardly ever see a horse that's run 15 lifetime races and has 10 second-place finishes, 2 wins and 10 seconds. So she's always right there, but she never can get past the winner. So key her at second and third. Use Frivolous if she gets in, and then the rest of them in the trifecta, because I think everybody's got a shot here to get the money. But Note de Oro is my pick here.
I ended up going with a little bit of a mystery horse, Magic of Reality, for Graham Motion, who's very good with these European imports, wins at about a 30% clip, and also wins at a 29% clip when his horses are first-time Lasix, as this one is, coming over from Europe. So Magic of Reality is the one that I'm going with on those angles, and probably a decent price. And then I would use Magic of Reality with Kitten's Queen, Spring Reason, and Sinachi. 8 with 9, 10, 5, and then 9, 10, 5 with 8 in exactas. Late pick 4, again, starts in the 5th race, and I started it out. The horse I liked is Tiffany. This horse was 4-1 in a maiden race at Saratoga for Tim Ham, who rarely sends horses up there, and he's 23% with second-time starters, which this one is. So those 2 angles draw me to Tiffany, but I'm also going to use Titanium, the 1, Island Fever, the 4, and I'm a Chatterbox, the 7. 6th race, just going to use 2 horses. Zito's horse is doing well. I like his horse, Another Incident, the 2, and then I'm also going to use Haunted Heroine, the 1. In the feature, I'll use Magic of Reality, the 8, Kitten's Queen, the 9, Spring Reason, the 10, and then in the last race, Panama Will, second off the layoff and some trouble in the first start back. The 5, I'll use that one, and also a Reed, the 7. So 5, 1, 4, 7 with 2, 1 with 8, 9, 10 with 5, 7 for me. What about you?
Well, we joke about not talking about our picks before this podcast. We really didn't talk about them now because mine's all over the place from yours. The only thing I agree with what you're saying is I like Tiffany. I like her in the first race because they gave $500,000 for her. And she's only run 1 time. She's called a muddy track at Saratoga. She's got a lot of back class out of Tappet. That's why they gave $500,000 for her, for one thing. So I like her in the first race. Might even single her, but I'd also probably use Island Fever with Robbie Alvarado. So let's go 2 deep in the first race with 3-4. I would use 7-11. I really like Unbridled Explosion that you didn't mention. Ian Wilkes' horse in the second race, coming out of a really good win, really good run at Churchill at 6-5. Just got caught at the wire. And Midnight Sweetie is the other one I like, and there comes as raced against that horse and comes out of the same race. So 7-11 come out of the same race at Churchill. And then I would go deep the last 2 legs. I would use my horse, Note Doro, in the last race. If the 1A gets in, I would use the 1. I would use the 10, Spring Reason, the 9, Kitten's Queen, and your 8, Magic of Reality. last race I would use on Moonlight Bay. I really like on Moonlight Bay's last work, first and 65 on the dirt at Churchill on August 29th. So on Moonlight Bay is the 1, Valdina's Will, the 2, Panama Will, the 5, and Pulpit's Legacy, the 9. So I'm going to go a little bit thin the first couple legs and try to cover the late part.
Best of luck with your wagers on the Wednesday card. And again, the late pick four starts in the 5th race. So it'll be back-to-back pick four, I guess overlapping pick fours on the Wednesday card. Thursday, there's another stake race, the Sycamore on the turf, a marathon race, and we'll be here to handicap that one for you on the In the Money podcast from KeenelandSelect.com.